Oh, I need to move that. Hello. Okay, so quick confession, I've actually already recorded a video on Pocket Mortys, but I felt like I could probably... I realised I'd actually made an error in that one, so this is me re-recording that. Movie magic. Really, I could have just got away with just not having said that. But this episode is directed by J.J. Abrams. The time is 12:05, and I am playing another game on my lap. It's me, the Promiscuous gamer. We're playing Pocket Mortys. There's no one in my house, so I can talk wildly without abandon. With abandon? I don't know. I have a few concerns about Pocket Mortys that I just wanted to quickly bring up, because the last video was 7 minutes long, and I've said the same thing that I said here, so I'm going to try and condense it down, my issues with the game. So, I have an issue with the AP system. I don't think there's enough. If you look at the stats for the Mortys, I don't think there's enough available to you. If you look, you only have 12 uses of Outburst, which is your weakest attack. That seems kind of pathetic. You get 18 Cry, you get 10 Flail, Flail being now the best attack I have, but I can only use it 10 times before I have to then buy a top-up for it. Now that's all okay, if the schmeckles you actually got in-game were enough to justify that, or if there was a healing center available. Now, healing centers are available in the overworld, but not in the... You are sent to a separate area, and there is no option in this to not be here anymore. You can't just jump out from the set quest space and go back to the overworld. You are stuck here until you beat the boss, or presumably until you entirely lose your squad. I don't have enough time in this video to do that. I might do it at some point in the future just to test it, and then I'll talk to you again. But my reasoning would be that you would then have to restart the entire thing. Now that seems really stupid. My other concern and problem with it is that you'll notice there is a Blips and Chitz vendor there. That's Rick just spouting off the same line I've heard about 10 times. There's another Blips and Chitz. I started the game next to this Blips and Chitz. There is a lot of Blips and Chitz, and they are the hard currency. The tokens that you spend are the hard currency for the game. So you do need to spend. You have to spend money to get them. These are the best ways to get Mortys, because you get them for free, or the token. You don't have to fight them. You can get rare ones. I've got this bearded one which I haven't seen so far in the game, in the wild. And it's obviously the best way to accrue better items and get better crafting items and all this kind of thing. And that's fine, if it wasn't also for the fact that schmeckles come in very small amounts, and you can get them by watching videos, which is also fine. But I just feel like it's maybe a little bit too unfair. There's RPGs out there that are a lot more generous with their free stuff that they give. And then there's that psychological element too. Well, if they're give me free stuff, then I would probably pay more for it. I think if they did that, I would be willing probably to buy stuff at the Blips and Chitz and buy tokens and stuff to improve my Mortys and make them a bit better. As it stands, however, I just feel like I'm being, taken for a ride. Basically, I feel they're cheapening the experience, and by making it more expensive, ironically, and asking for money where really they could get away with not doing it. Adult Swim have made a ton of games before that haven't had... It's not aggressive monetization, because it does it very quietly, but it's sly, and I think that's worse. If it was out there saying, if it was like popping up with ads all the time saying you'd be better off if you bought this thing, I think I would agree with that. But it's more just like, you are kind of a bit screwed if you don't have this thing. And that sucks, really. It's not a good way of doing things, I don't think. I don't think the monetization in this game is particularly good, is overall kind of my thing. Functionally, it's an pretty average game. It's just another Pokemon clone, really, and there's nothing wrong with that, so it's fine. It's a fine little game. It's not a Rick and Morty game. It shouldn't have that license. It doesn't swear. It doesn't have a decent storyline. It doesn't have the humour of the series, really. It's kind of a real half-baked rush job of a license use, and you could have put any Adult Swim license on this, and I probably would have sat there and gone, I prefer this, or something. I don't know. I don't really watch that much Adult Swim because I'm from the UK and we don't have Adult Swim. So yeah, I'm going to try and keep this under 5 minutes. So that was basically it. Monetization's a bit off. It's not funny when it should be, and it's not deep at all, which it also should be if it's going to truly be a Rick and Morty game. Other than that, Well, it's free. What else are you going to do with your life? So that's it. I didn't really play the game here. I just wanted to raise some concerns because most people probably don't read the diary. Or maybe it's the other way around. I don't really know. Anyway, so that was the video. I'll see you again another time.